Hey everybody, Fifth Horseman here, playing more Kerbal Space Program, and today's ship is taxpayer money at work. This is from Nathan. He will be flying it. If it blows up and kills someone, it will blow up and kill him. And now you're thinking, there's no command pod on the top of this thing. I see no way for a Kerbal to control this. Well, that's when you go around to the other side and see that it's got a plane on it. This is basically his space shuttle, and I honestly don't know what it's for. It's got just enough delta V to get into space, apparently, and that's it. So, what I'm planning on doing is getting this thing into orbit, or very close to it, getting it around to the other half of the planet, and then trying to land it in the Badlands. I figure, what better way to get Badlands science than with a badass spaceship? He has told me that when this thing gets into orbit, I have to transfer, because there's no fuel in this guy, I have to transfer the fuel from here to here before I disconnect, otherwise I lose my ship. So, that's what we're going to do. And there's a reason I'm flying this ship and not the ship that I said I was going to fly, which was the, I don't remember the name of it, but it's destined to go to either Eve or Duna. The reason I'm not flying that ship is because our Duna window is in 174 days, and our Eve window is in a year and 75 days. So I'm going to fly a couple missions at least before we fast forward time to there. I figured, why not? And I'm also going to try to do a couple missions in between transfers, just for, I don't know, role play. But anyway, let's turn on the computer. Let's crank up the throttle. I've got my flight engineer. I have upped the visibility of the things to roughly what they were before. So I think we're going to be good as far as that's concerned. I actually put it down here on purpose, and then I forgot that I'd put it down here on purpose, so I tried to move it. The important thing here is the atmospheric efficiency. So in 3, 2, 1, launch. And we're looking pretty good. I believe he mentioned that I should throttle down when this thing gets close to 100. I got no problem doing that. Just like every other ship on the face of the Earth, I am going to assume he knows what he's doing. And when I hit the staging, he won't explode. This ship doesn't have an abort sequence that I know of. I'm not 100% sure we're actually ever going to reach atmospheric efficiency. Material study. I'm not going to waste my material study flying over the shores. Sorry. Whatever your name is there. Maybe I'll put this here. I don't know where a good place to put these things are. Maybe put it here. We're at 95, so I guess, yeah, we might have to throttle down just a little bit. But these engines are almost out, so it might be worth it just to go over atmospheric efficiency. Yeah, because it looks like we're just going to hit it right as we get here. So here we go. The solids are going. And they didn't crash, which is good. Yeah, we're already down to 80%. So yeah, I definitely don't want to do that. Not 100% sure what's going to go when I toggle this next thing, but I figure it's when we do this. I should probably start my gravity turn over to the 90. Over backwards like the shuttle does, which is kind of cool. Don't want to go too fast over. We are chewing through our delta V, I assume. Yep, we got 3,000 delta V left. And most of that's got to go into our circularization here. Apoapsis is still under 20, so I'm not going to go to the 45, that's for sure. This thing is very nicely centered. Good job, Nathan. Okay, we're at 20, so now we're going to go down to this 40 marker here. Yes, this thing flies very nicely. As any $100,000 ship should fly, or however much it costs. I mean, I almost had $1 million in the bank, so it's not like I'm really worried about money right now, but it's kind of funny, $100,000 just to get some science around or for science around Kerbin. And we had some contracts, but I honestly don't care about them right now. I'm gonna worry about making money when I need to worry about making money. I'm not gonna worry about making money while I'm so obviously never going to run out. Okay, 76, and we've still got the dregs of fuel left in this guy. I don't know how much it's going to take to circularize, so let's find that out. Looks like about 322 meters per second, which we have. So we can actually get this thing circularized. But it apparently is supposed to come home. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this thing up to about, say, a periapsis of maybe 60, maybe 55. Then I'm going to disconnect these guys, and I'm going to get the shuttle up to his periapsis above the atmosphere. And then I'm going to follow this thing down and watch it come down into the atmosphere. I think that'll be fun. But we are in space, so let's go up to our, say, 10 seconds before. And then we're going to burn until our periapsis gets up around, say, 50. Oh, that's negative. I want it to be positive 50. Okay. Now, I'm going to hit the stage button, which should decouple... Oh, wait, I'm not going to hit the stage button. Oh, Nathan's probably screaming at me. Let's pump this into here. I almost forgot, Nathan. I almost forgot. Okay. But while we're waiting for this, let's go ahead and rotate this around so we shoot it upward. Why not? Okay, now we're going to stage. Nice. Oh, this is going to stay attached to the ship. Oh, well. Not a big deal. Okay, now, Nathan, you have a go to get yourself... oh, wait, I need toggle 2. There we go. Get yourself up to 70 by 70, give or take. That's fine. Okay, let's go back to this guy now. And Nathan, we will be back to you in a moment. This thing has no control. It has control. You put a probe core on this thing. I could have circularized the orbit and then come back to it. But, oh well. I don't want to decouple these because there's in theory, a chance. I'm actually going to hit the parachutes now. In case we run out of... Oh, that was scary. In case there's a chance that we run out of electric charge or something. Well, we are over the huge ocean, but through sheer unadulterated luck, unless the parachutes trigger, which is very possible, we are going to come in over land. It all depends on when the parachutes trigger. And I could, if I wanted to... I forgot I'm in physics warp. But actually, that should be enough, actually. Should probably turn physics warp off. Maybe do one more thrust upward. Just to ensure... Not do what we did last time on the return from Minmus, but just... Okay, we're out of fuel now. Just to make sure we come in over land, because I have a feeling this thing would disintegrate if it touched the water. But looks like we are coming in over land. I'm glad this thing had a probe core on it. I'm assuming it's under one of these, clipped in here, who knows what. But I could test these things decoupling, but I don't want to because I could recover them. Same thing with this. I could test decoupling it. But, oh, I left fuel in this guy. Oh, well. I'm not sure where that fuel should have gone. Maybe it should have gone into his thing. I don't know. Oh, look at this. We're coming in right over here. It'd be cool if the parachute's triggered right now. I don't know what altitude these things are supposed to trigger. All I know is the pressure. I guess I could... Oh, I can't use Kerbal Engineer to find out the pressure. There's the parachutes. I'm going to turn this off. Let it do whatever it wants to do. Okay, we're at 2 times time warp. The sun is somewhere in the sky. Directly overhead, apparently. Yeah, because there's our shadow. So let's see what these parachutes do here. .6 meters per second. Probably we'll be down to 7.3 or so by the time we get to the ground, which is nice. The ground is pretty flat, which is also nice. And touchdown! Very nice. It's not letting me recover it. I think it let me recover it. It let me recover it, and we get all of our money back at a 53% value. That's fine by me. We weren't doing this for the money. Nothing so podry. I don't think that's a word. Okay, back to the important part of the mission. Okay, Nathan, you are flying. You're flying over the desert that the thing just landed on, which is pretty cool. In your space plane. Let's go into cockpit mode. Oh, there we go. Now, here's something I wanted to show you. Whoa. We should probably bring our resources up so we know when we're running out of electric charge here. Now we got to show off today's mod. And that's the HUD. The Nav HUD mod. I loved this mod when I found it last series. And I love it now. It has everything I could ever want in a mod. Like showing me exactly where I am. Now watch this here as we're over the deserts now. And the flight engineer says we're over the deserts. Now right as we hit the shores here, it's going to switch to shores. There we go. And then water when we get over the water. Any second now. You're making a liar out of me. Stupid mod. There we go, water. And I bet if I had an actual biome map, it would show that we're actually over that. So that's pretty sweet. Now we just need to figure out where this guy can go. Now, this thing says he has 116.79 meters per second, which is really enough to get us a lot of places. But what we're going to do is we are going to go to the Badlands, and we're going to do it in the daytime. I know the Badlands are right around in this area here, so this is where we're going to aim for. It's probably this dirty area, which is down about, I don't know, what is about 30 degrees. But we're going to do it in the sunshine. So at our Terminator here, we'll be back. We are going to burn upward and slow downward and upward and slow downward. I'm doing this so that we get, during the day, is our periapsis here 64? That's too much. So let's go upward a little bit more. There we go. 73. Okay, so that's going to get our point here where we can come back in the atmosphere roughly over this, and then when Kerbin rotates around under us and we have a nice convenient window where we're coming over it, then we'll dive back into the atmosphere. That's the plan. That's plan A. So Nathan, get yourself aimed at this on the nav ball inside the ship. Look at that. We don't even need the nav ball in here to fly. I am not a big fan of flying IVA or watching other people fly IVA, so I'm not going to subject you to something I don't myself like. We are going to keep Nathan upright, though, compared to Kerbin, because it just feels right. This is a cool looking plane, too, by the way, Nathan. It's pretty awesome. You look like you're digging it, too. So in 3 minutes and 20 seconds, we are going to make this burn 839 meters per second. Looks like this is going to chew up about half of our fuel, but really we shouldn't need very much of it. And I don't know how long this is going to take, but it looks like I waited too long. Not a big deal. Really, we could just burn normal and then follow the normal as it goes. Let's go ahead and do that. Plane looks to be pretty centered. Okay, we are starting to see Badlands. Basically, it looks like all of this is Badlands right through here. So I'm going to try to come in and sort of like come in, do a couple turns, find a spot that's nice to land on, and then land on it. So I don't know what the best way to do this is. So I'm going to just bring my periapsis here down to, you know what, I'm at 70, so if I bring this halfway between the two, that's going to be 30. So a little bit higher will be about 40. I think it'll be about 40 when we get to here, which is in the thick stuff. And then in a perfect world, I'll be able to actually, like, cut myself down through the atmosphere, etc., and not die. I don't know if that'll work, but there's only one way to find out, and that's to spin him around here. We're going to hit the gas, do the burn exactly the way we planned it, even though I don't know if that's right, wrong, or otherwise. Now, this is a VTOL. Oh, and I wanted to test my landing gear and see what happens here. I lower my landing gear. There is landing gear inside the plane. I thought maybe he clipped some landing gear inside the plane. I don't know if it's gonna scrape on this, but we'll find out. I am gonna try to bring this thing in for a non-vertically assisted landing. I have no idea if that's gonna work well or not. We're over shores right now. Really, what we care about is well after these mountains, and then there's gonna be a bay to the right. This thing here, it's after that we want to start caring about where we land and about whether or not we're over whatever you call it, Badlands. Got lots of electric charge, so I'm not too concerned. Yeah, it's really over the hills after these, too. We're actually over Badlands right now. Actually, the impact biome is Badlands. So this right here is Badlands. I'm going to see if this is Badlands. That's the important thing. It is. Highlands. Yeah, these are all highlands. So we need to get beyond those hills. And now that we're experiencing fire, I'm going to lower this down. We need to get basically here. That's our goal. So we're going to go over these mountains that we're coming up on. And then we're going to go over the next set of hills. This plane seems to be very capable, which I like. I should switch over to the air-breathing engine and turn off this engine. There we go. Our intake air is very low, but that's not a big deal. We are projected to land on these mountains right here. But that's, of course, not where we're going to land. We are still going a kilometer per second, so it's not like we're in any real big hurry to slow ourselves down or anything. Whoa, that was kind of crazy. As soon as I pitch down a little bit, now the plane won't. The plane wants to go straight like that. Okay. Let's go ahead and turn the engine on here. We definitely don't want to drop too fast. We're still pretty high up in the atmosphere. I still don't know how trim works. I know you're supposed to hit Alt. Yeah, let's do a crew report. Flying over Kerbin's Badlands. We're actually flying over them right now, which makes me want to just turn around and land here. But I think we're gonna keep doing the same thing we were doing. I'm only gonna do 1/3 throttle. Yeah, see, I don't know. You're supposed to hit Alt and the button you want. But that doesn't actually trim me upward, so I'm going to have to just keep doing it. Somebody explained to me exactly how trim works in this game. I know what it does, what it's supposed to do. I just don't know how to physically make the computer do it. Like, is it just not going to work because... See right there. That should hold me nosed up the way I was, but it's not. But no big deal. Yeah, we're over Highlands now. I'm going to get over these mountains, and I think this here, like this area right here, is a huge Badlands. So this is going to take a while. I wonder if I can effectively time warp. It looks like I can. Although, again, I can't... See, I want to be flying flat. But as soon as I... So, you know what? I got plenty of fuel. I'll just do this. Okay, our impact biome is the Badlands. So, and now we're over the Badlands. So we're going to come down here. Let's go ahead and lower our landing gear again. We're just going to coast in for a landing. And I don't know if there's a ladder on here. I don't even know if, honestly, if ladders are unlocked yet. I've got those cheap ladders, but not the good ones for airplanes. So he might not even be able to get a surface sample unless the game bugs out the way it did before. There we go. Okay, I'm going to turn this engine off. Oops, I'm going to turn this engine off and this engine off and turn my verticals on. Just in case I feel I need them. We're still projected to impact in the Badlands. Our shadow's down below us here. We're coming down very fast, so I'm nosing up fairly... There we go. Still projected to land in the Badlands. And... just the docking port. That was scary. Okay, let's go ahead and turn the brakes on. I'm just holding down the B button here. And we're still in the Badlands. Very nicely done. Okay, let's go ahead and do our mystery goo, which I'm surprised is on the plane because it must be clipped as well. Let's go ahead and keep that data. Let's do our material study. Let's go ahead and keep that data. Now let's do our EVA report. Hatch is obstructed, can't exit. What is the hatch obstructed by? Did you test that part? Okay, well, I can't do anything else, I guess. This is the only thing I can do on this plane, is take the crew report and stuff, and then be done. So I guess we're done with that. Okay, now we're going to try to get home, because there's really no reason not to try. I don't really see any reason to keep any of this stuff. So, yeah, it looks like we can put it all in here. Although we don't even need the oxidizer because we're doing all this flying in the atmosphere. But we're gonna take off and we're gonna fly this thing back to Kerbal Space Center and try to land it for a 100% return. So let's turn the brakes off. Let's get the wrong engines going because I forgot to turn these off and turn the jet engine on. There we go. We're going to use this bump to get us off the ground. Very nice. Okay, well, now all we need to do is plot a return to Kerbal Space Center, which I think is actually, we need to go kind of this way. We need to go a little bit north of where we are because we're a little bit south. Probably not too much north, and I think this is fine. Okay, this is going to be the super boring part. I'm going to do this all on my own. Not going to make you watch me. I will be back when Nathan is getting ready to come in, or we run out of fuel or something. Okay, I've made a huge mistake, and I'm making up for that by crashing Nathan into the ground. No, I'm making up for that by doing a reverse Immelman from 10 kilometers up. Where I was on the planet was closer to Kerbal Space Center to the west than to the east. And I've spent the past 10 minutes or so flying east, getting myself farther from Kerbal Space Center. Don't worry, Nathan, the reverse Immelman I did put you... I did it upside down, so you didn't... all the blood didn't go to your head and kill you. So yeah, I'm gonna fly until I run out of gas. Probably this way, and then just coast in for a landing somewhere and just take the crap there, because I don't think I have the fuel in me to get home. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, I just figured I would show you my folly. Okay, I got bored, and so I turned on the main engine and burned up all my fuel, and I'm gonna be landing roughly where I landed before. Not exactly, but somewhere in the vicinity of where I landed before. I'm just coming down really fast to get this over with as quickly as possible. Hopefully not killing Nathan in the process. That's not my goal, I promise. But if it happens, it happens. No, we are, let's see, what's our altitude over the terrain? Yeah, we're still 2 kilometers up, so I wouldn't worry too much. I wouldn't worry too much. The place looks moderately flat. It looks just as flat as it was last time, and you landed there fine. There is a second mystery goo that I just found that I might as well observe here. See what it says. While flying at Kerbin. Let's go ahead and reset that. Let's view this one. Yeah, I think I'm gonna actually. We are gonna be landing at the Highlands, or possibly the Badlands. You never know. It depends on where exactly the airplane ends up when it finishes running here. I think we're actually farther from Kerbal Space Center than where we were when we landed the first time, which I'm going to go with is amusing. It's actually quite sad, but I'm going to go with amusing. But wherever we land, that's where I'm going to take the goo science, and then we're just going to recover this guy and call this one a success. The most expensive double goo and materials bay retrieval missions ever to cross my desk, and I said yes to it. No, I'm joking. Like I said, I don't care about the money. I have so much money, it's ridiculous. And the game just crashed. Again. Oh, the game didn't crash. Oh boy, that was scary. That was kind of freaking me out there. After all this for the game to crash, that would have been very bad. We are very, very close to sea level. Like, we are 420 meters off of the ground. No, that's my apoapsis. We're 163 meters off the ground. Okay, that's more reasonable. Okay, we're coasting along here. I think this is all Highlands. I think the Badlands are on the other side of this hill over here. But we are cruising at 30-some meters per second. We actually need to get down lower so that when we pull up, we're going at a decent enough speed so we don't stall here. There we go. Now it's all in the just come down here. Kind of wanted to go down this hill. Perfect. Perfect, like I said. Okay, now I can hold down the brakes. Oh boy, there's a hill here. Still in the Highlands. Expect Sean Connery to come out any moment. And second landing. Okay, let's go ahead and observe this mystery goo. Well, landed at the Highlands. Looks good to me. Okay. Let's see how much we get back for this. Well, we got 4 science on this mission. Seriously, we got 4 science for this entire mission. Yeah, the materials bay and the crew report and the 2 goos got us 4.5 science. Awesome. And then we got 39% of our value. That works. And Nathan survived. Good job, Nathan. Let's go ahead and use that 105 science. Oh, wait, I need 160, don't I? Yeah, I need 160 to unlock these, so I can't unlock anything. Aha. Okay, well, that was fun. Basically a nothing episode, but it was fun. It was fun to watch, I hope. Actually, it was fun to play. Might be kind of short because I'm going to cut out a lot of stuff, but hey, that's the way it works sometimes. I hope you enjoyed watching Nathan's expensive thing. Next up is a mission to... I named this 08 because I thought I was going to possibly do it during this episode, but I'm tired. That flight, even though the episode might be short, the flight took a long time. But we're going to be doing Voltion's Minmus rover next, which will be awesome. And then probably one of these, hopefully whatever. I think Moho is coming up next. So we might Marindel's Moho ship might be sent. These things are named ZZ because I can't afford them yet. And I've gotten some emails from you guys. I just haven't brought the ships in. Probably at the start of next episode I'll have brought those ships in. But we're probably still doing the Minmus rover and then Moho ship next. And then we'll do those. We'll start looking at the ones that have been submitted. So hope you enjoyed watching this. I enjoyed playing it. I am Fifth Horseman, and I will. I forgot about this. As always, talk at you later.